Beef Wednesday on Franklin County's favorite morning show. The starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. And now for your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
And good morning. Welcome into the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. It is a Where's the Beef Wednesday, and you can get involved in the show. 931-967-3500 is the number to call. You can text us at 931-305-5611, or you can head on over to the FMO Facebook feed and jump into the show there. We are joined this morning, myself and the Wookiee one, by the Humpback Swamp Donkey.
You can't really call him the Wookiee one no more. I mean,
I know.
That over there is, we got
yeah, everybody's been suggesting new names. We should just go, start calling him Christian now, which makes me really uncomfortable to say. I can't call him anything different. He's always going to be Chewy to me, but
can we call him Hans Duo? Like he's the
Hans.
We can't call him Han Solo. It's got to be
right.
something like Temu version, like
Yeah.
Hands Duo.
Yeah,
Hands Duo.
Hands Duo. I feel bad though for people who raised their level of expectations just because he got this haircut. It's kind of like, you were talking about the stock that you were investing in or got into yesterday and how it's shot up and things like that. You probably had a lot of people who they saw Chewy's haircut and immediately were like, "Oh, this is a guy that's going places. I'm going to invest more time into this show. I'm going to be more invested into Chewy's great accomplishments. They'll probably now erect that statue of him downtown." And they probably raise their level of expectations a bit, and only to be disappointed. Only to be disappointed, because it only took him all of, I think, 2 days to go back to the beanie. Now, he's not wearing the beanie today. I think he knew that you were coming in, and he wanted to avoid offending you.
No, I just yesterday I didn't wake up and take a shower either. I was just like, I just got up and I was like, I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
But also, literally my ears are frozen.
Yeah.
That's the reason I was wearing the headphones in here this morning, because my ears are so cold.
Yeah.
Did want to say, though, Brett Crabtree already in the chat this morning, as usual. And Jessica or Daniel Smith jumped in saying, "Good morning. How about that owner of the 49ers?"
Good morning. Yeah, we'll get into that later on. So before we get into all of the goofiness on today's show, I did want to take a segment and talk about yesterday and how it was just like an awful day.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really another way to say it. There was a young man in Tullahoma student that was killed riding his bicycle to school Tuesday morning. He was struck by a dump truck near Country Club Drive and Kings Lane. There are a ton of kids walking to school today, going to school today, who were at school yesterday, who knew him. The teachers that knew him, the faculty that knew him, and my kids, they didn't tell anybody who it was and what happened and all the things. They just started, they had assemblies, they pulled people in, they pulled everybody in. They just started canceling stuff. Jack had a football game last night. They said, hey, there was an incident. We're not going to play the game later tonight. And they didn't say who it was or what happened or anything like that. So there was all this speculation flying around within the schools yesterday between the kids and things. But there, I can't imagine. As a father with two boys that are 11 years old, sending your kid off for school in the morning like it's a normal day and having to deal with an obituary by the time they would be getting out of school. I absolutely cannot. The Tullahoma City schools have confirmed that he was on his way to school in the morning. The Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. As of this morning, there's not really any understanding, publicly at least, as to how exactly the collision happened. And I think that that's important to note because immediately yesterday, everybody wanted an answer. And not only did they want an answer, they wanted to place blame. They wanted to know whose fault it was. And I get that feeling. You know, was it the traffic pattern? Was it the driver? Is it the school system's fault for not having buses? Why doesn't Tullahoma have regular bus transportation available to more kids? And I understand the reaction to all of that. I called my boys who are at their mother's house this week, and I spoke to them for just a few minutes, checking in on them. And Jack, who's not very cerebral, said to me, I don't understand why we don't have buses. One child's life is too many. And Jack is not a very, like I said, not a very cerebral kid. And so you can tell that those are the conversations that are flying around in Tullahoma. And again, I get it. I get the feelings. I understand the reaction. Because when something horrible happens, especially when it happens to a child, our minds desperately want to find the bad guy, right? They want to find somebody who made a mistake, some system that failed, something that should have been done better. We convince ourselves, right, that we can fix it, and that if we can find the person or the thing responsible, that something like this will never happen again. But sometimes tragedy, guys, does not give you a villain. And I think that's it's not really a beef this morning. It's just a challenge that when I look at this horrible, horrible situation, we want to place blame somewhere, but it's not going to fix it. It doesn't bring that little boy back. And it's just terrible. It's just terrible.
You know, the thing that gets me on this is I've read several people commenting about the driver, you know, and it's the driver's fault. We don't know whose fault it was yet on this thing. I'm not going to point blame either direction. But you also, even if it is the driver's fault, if the guy was distracted while driving, tell me there's not a single one of us has looked at a text message while we drove or, you know, answered, dropped something, looked down the floor trying to grab it, and you miss seconds of the road.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes is seconds for something like this to happen. The driver that hit this kid yesterday, his life is turned upside down right now. Like taking a life is something that it's going to haunt him forever. So, you know, that's the one thing even if, like I said, if he's at blame, he was on his phone, he did something, you know, it is a common mistake that every one of us makes. And by the grace of God, we've not done it. We've not hit somebody.
Yeah.
So please, you know, there needs to be a little grace for this situation as well. And I'm not saying that's what happened because we don't know what happened. But if you can tell me that so far on your drive this morning, you've not glanced at your phone once.
Right.
I mean, I know I did this morning coming in. I sent a text. I broke the law driving in this morning because I saw something that needed to be fixed on the way in. So I sent a text to the people that had to, you know, so I could get them to take care of it.
I agree, you know, with that statement. As far as distracted driving and things like that, it is its own epidemic. We talk about how easy it is to glance at the phones and people who text on their phones and things like that. And I think that it was just last year that there was a young boy up in Tullahoma, high school age kid up in Tullahoma. This was not during school hours, but he was on like a scooter or something like that, and he got killed. You know, we live in an area where the sidewalks are sometimes not there even, or not usable, or, you know, we live in smaller rural communities where we think that we can just cross the road and people are paying attention. I remember going to college in Tuscaloosa, and you'd come up to a stop sign or something like that, and you just walk out. You just walk out in front of cars without even looking. And because there were so many kids on campus, there was so much foot traffic, you just kind of assumed that everybody was watching for the pedestrians who had the right of way at all times. And it got you in that mindset. Well, everybody sees me. Everybody notices me. And I ended up on the hood of some girl's car one time because she wasn't paying attention. And it's one of those things where that was 20 years ago. And she wasn't looking down at a phone or anything like that. That was before any of this, the technology had really taken a hold of our community the way that it does, or it has. And it's actually mind-blowing that we don't have more bad stuff that happens than it already does. Not necessarily more of this, but it is one of the things that I know that the police departments and the highway patrol and all these, that they're concerned about. So yeah, if you're going into work this morning and you've looked down at the phone, just keep that in mind. It only takes an instant. It's just absolutely terrible. Now, I know that there was a push in recent years for buses in Tullahoma. We'll keep an eye on that and see if this kind of affects anything like that.
We know from Franklin County's problem, buses it's not an easy fix.
It's not.
Franklin County's had buses forever, and now they're having problems getting bus drivers. They have for many years now. So it's not like it's something that's just simple to fix.
It's a huge line item in the budget as
Oh,
well.
massive.
We talked about this yesterday. Chewy and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. In that, the school district already is the biggest budget right in the county for Franklin County. Now theirs, because they're not serving the whole county, but they still have quite a few schools up there in Tullahoma. But that would completely change the dynamic of their school board's budget up there. It would take some soul searching to figure that out. Again, I just want to, before we place blame anywhere and get up in arms and get our pitchforks out and start trying to blame the district or the driver or anything like that. We don't know how this happened or what happened. We just know that it happened, and it's tragic. And our prayers are with the community as a whole, but specifically with that family and everybody close to that young boy. It's just an awful thing. All right, we'll get a quick break in here and be back on the other side. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
When you're looking for great food, cold drinks, and a fun place to catch the game, make it Jefferson's in Winchester. From wings and burgers to oysters, appetizers, and more. Jefferson's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, or just a night out with friends and family. This fall, Jefferson's is also proud to host the Franklin County Coaches Show with Johnny Hand all season long. Good food, local sports, and hometown pride. It's all happening at Jefferson's in Winchester.
It is the starting lineup. So the World Cup is going on right now in America, which means we have visitors from all corners of the world. They spend the last couple of weeks thinking, you know what? Americans aren't that bad. Nothing says welcome to America like a Belgian soccer fan waking up at 7:30 to some guy named Randy blowing up mortars in the backyard and a sleeveless Dale Earnhardt shirt. Welcome to America!
Now, here's your ESPN Radio Winchester weather forecast. Brought to you by our official smile partner, Dr. Garrett Orr and Winchester Family Dentistry.
Got a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms headed our way today. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high of 90 degrees. Calm west winds coming in from the southwest at around 5 miles per hour. And our chance of precipitation is only at 20%. So be prepared for some light rain, some hot weather, and stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester.
At ESPN Radio Winchester, we're proud to welcome Winchester Family Dentistry and Dr. Garrett Orr as our official smile partner. From routine cleanings and family dental care to helping you feel confident about your smile, Winchester Family Dentistry is committed to caring for patients with comfort, professionalism, and a hometown touch. Whether you're due for a checkup or looking for a dental team you can trust, call Dr. Garrett Orr and Winchester Family Dentistry, proud smile partner of ESPN Radio Winchester.
We had a plan, and then the microphones came on. You're listening to the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340-1069, WCDT Winchester.
All right, back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340-1069, WCDT Winchester, Joe Abraham, Chewy, and the Humpback Swamp Donkey. And not over talking about how awful a day yesterday was. Not just because of what happened up in Tullahoma. I didn't grow up in Tennessee. And
It shows.
huh?
It shows.
Well, I choose to be here. But I'm not the guy who's going to sit here this morning and pretend like I've got some deep Dolly Parton catalog. I know the songs that everybody knows. I know the movies. I know Dollywood. I know what she meant to the state in a way from an outsider's perspective. I also know that I've never heard anybody say that they didn't like Dolly Parton or have anything bad to say about her. And you think about how rare that is. I mean, we can't agree on anything. We can't agree on presidents. We can't agree on football coaches or players. We can't agree on whether pineapple belongs on pizza. There are people who don't like dogs. I don't understand that. But somehow, Dolly Parton lived 80 years on this planet. And somehow, seemingly everybody says, yeah, Dolly's great. That's pretty incredible.
It's because she is.
Well, she worked hard on, reinvesting in her community, basically, with like literacy foundation that she has.
I'm about to say the Imagination Library, like you don't have to be from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that touches, I'm going to slaughter this, I think. I mean, it's 2.5 million books a month they mail out, if I'm not mistaken. It goes, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I went to training 2 years ago in Sevierville for Main Street, and they did they were talking about this. They had the CEO of the Dolly Parton Foundation came in and talked to us. So it's been a few years since I remember listening to this, but it was like 13 or 14 countries around the world that she sends these books to.
Wow.
I know it's Europe, Asia, Australia. I can't remember if Africa.
Yeah,
and
United
South
States,
America.
Canada, UK, Australia, Republic of Ireland. Those are just some of the ones that I see listed.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. It's like 2.5 million books a month are shipped out to kids for free.
They've gifted 332,411,218 books.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I mean it's just think about what that alone, what she's done for literacy around the world, not just here locally, but around the world. And that's not to talk about anything else,
right.
The philanthropy she's done. I'm so excited. Sounds horrible, she's passed away, but I'm so excited for her new release. Like, she recorded a song that's not to be released till after she died.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and it's been it's on display at Dollywood. But there's a song that she's recorded that's going to be released here soon that I'm excited to hear. Like, there'll be a new Dolly song that no one's ever heard being released. Amy and I were talking yesterday, and we're talking about all the things she did, and the accomplished musician she is. But she was also an accomplished actress.
Yeah.
one of my mom's favorite movies, and I still watch it every now. Anytime I see it, I'll watch it just because it makes me think of Mom. Was Still Magnolias.
Right.
You know, Amy last night she goes, I think my favorite Dolly movie was was it The Best Whorehouse in Texas? Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. I see. That's mine and Tori's favorite.
Yeah.
Well, jump out into the FMO Facebook feed and let us know, your favorite Dolly Parton story or memory. Maybe it's the first time you heard her sing Rocky Top. Maybe it is 9 to 5 or Steel Magnolias or one of those things. Maybe for me, it is the books that we get or have gotten for our kids from the Imagination Library. Maybe you actually got a chance to meet her.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm upset I never got to see her in concert. We tried last year. We were going to see her out in Vegas, and she got sick, so we didn't get the concert got canceled. But we were trying to catch her last year. That's the one thing I regret is never seeing her in concert. But she's such an amazing person. She turned down the presidential honors twice because she didn't want to show political favorites.
Wow.
Yeah, she was to be honored twice by presidents. Two different presidents, Trump and Biden, both tried to. And she turned down both of them because she didn't want to show partisan.
Yeah. Was it the entire country lowered the flags
for the week? Trump said the entire nation's to half-mast for a week because of Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of incredible. That's almost not, unheard of. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you think about some of the most famous and beloved people out there. I can't think of one that kind of reaches her level, right? People loved Betty White and Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers. People loved Steve Irwin. People loved Bob Ross. People love Keanu Reeves. But there's also this group of people who, even though they're beloved by maybe 90% of people or 95%, there's always this group of people that's just I'm not really a fan. I don't really like them. They're just not my Dolly, I've never heard anybody say that they just don't love Dolly.
Even if they don't like Mr. Rogers.
Well, there was always people trying to talk about, Mr. Rogers with the theory about the tattoos, and they were always trying to find the dark side of Mr. Rogers.
Same with Bob Ross. They would always bring up the fact that he was in the Army, and they're like, well, what'd you do? You know what I mean? They were always trying to egg him on, but he never bit,
Yeah. But they also, to me, Mr. Rogers did not have the impact. Bob Ross didn't have the impact. I think Bob Ross is more famous now than he was back then.
Well, I think it's Dolly was literally a superstar. You know what I mean? Global superstar.
Yeah.
And she's think about the amount of money she's made. She's got her own theme park, for God's sake.
Which is the #1 theme park in the United States.
And one of the #1 theme parks on the planet.
Yeah.
One of the highest rated amusement parks in history.
Really?
Yeah. And
I knew it was good. I didn't realize it was that.
It's like when you go to a celebrity TripAdvisor, that's where they tell you to go.
It beat out Disney and Universal this year.
Really?
For both prices and attractions.
Yeah.
See, now here's my concern with Dollywood then and everything kind of Dolly associated is that pure nature of Dolly, which really I kind of feel like was her essence.
Yeah.
Is whoever takes that stuff on, is it going to remain as pure?
Yeah, the trust is the one doing it. And I'm telling you, it's her family. I don't know if it'll drop off anytime soon. It might eventually, the further you get away from people who are actually involved with her. But I would say for at least the next generation plus, maybe.
Right, the culture around her that she's
it's not going to change because the people she's
I
not
hope
ran
not.
it. She's not ran it ever. Let's be honest.
Right.
She bought it. She gave them the idea. This is what I want. But she's never ran the amusement park.
Yeah. But
The
it has her
people
name on it, and I would think that she would have some kind of
she's
hey,
very,
these are our principles. This is how we're going to do things.
But I'm telling you, the people who run her trust, listen to that lady talk the day we went up there.
Like they're bought
Dolly
in.
Parton was a religion.
Oh, okay.
Like that's
all right.
so like they're not going to do anything that they don't feel Dolly would want.
Right. They don't want to do
'cause
anything to
that's-
besmirch that image.
Yeah, it's like a culture thing.
Yeah, I mean, almost like a cult.
Yeah. Well, it's also very valuable to maintain that image.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like to be cynical about it. There's also that.
But I'm just telling you, like the people in Sphereville, what she did for that community. I mean, the floods, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when the floods came through.
The floods.
Yeah, like how much money
North
she
Carolina.
donated to that area just to help get it back on track.
The fires. It just
Yeah.
over there in
Gatlinburg and stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, she's always.
Yeah.
I don't say. Yeah, I will. I mean, like that's one of those people that probably sainthood might be thought of.
Sure. Yeah.
when you look at Tennessee as a state, like the Mount Rushmore of Tennessee.
Oh, she's
Oh.
the first picture.
Yeah.
Right.
She's
So
the biggest one.
Her, Andrew Jackson, like those are ones you got to think of.
Yeah.
what's the guy the
So you can't even think of it. So it's not even that
Jack
important.
Daniel.
no, well, yeah. Jack Daniels. No, I was going to say the guy who went to the Alamo.
David Crockett.
David Crockett.
Yeah. Would he
Yeah.
be on there?
Ah,
Like we got to narrow this list down.
He was here. I think Polly was buried over there, wasn't
Polly's
she?
buried in Huntland.
Yeah. So maybe Polly.
Let us know what your Mount Rushmore of the state would like, for example, would somebody from the football, would Peyton Manning be on that?
Yeah, probably.
Look, yes.
Who would be your four? Who's your Mount Rushmore? If you had to, like, hey, these are the faces that we want to represent the great state of Tennessee, who are the four that would be on that list? I'd love to hear that from Tennessee.
Lead singer of Paramore, Haley Williams. Nate Bargatze. You know, like
I mean, honestly, you'd have to put Jack up there.
right? Yeah,
I mean, Jack's done as much for Tennessee as anybody.
sure. I think so.
Tennessee is in every country in the world because of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because it's on that
Because of
bottle.
Lynchburg, yeah. Hey, I did want to say, Alice jumped in saying she only owns 50% shareholder in Dollywood. So that's pretty interesting. Doug Garrett says Chewy is the only person I know who's Dolly level beloved. Appreciate that, Doug. You know what? Shout out to Doug Garrett. Go see him at Russell Barnett. He's a real one. And then Andrew jumped in. It looks like Andrew dropped his YouTube link here in the
Nice.
chat. There you go, Andrew.
We'll
We
check
see
that
you.
out, Andrew.
Yeah.
So per Chewy, yes and no. Okay, so again, like we talked about, everybody that we compare to Dolly, everybody's got somebody
Mhm.
that's got negative things to say about them, including Chewy. Now, it may only be one person, being me, but
No, there's a handful, brother.
on a
Like-
local level, Chewy, I mean, you are building up that kind of following. We just got to get you to be as philanthropic as shit. You got to start donating pizzas. You don't have any money, but you could donate some pizzas to some folks.
I got to get silicone implants, and then
There you go.
Then like this whole operation is going to turn around, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give everyone some.
You don't
books.
need any implants.
No.
All right, we'll get a break in here.
Ah,
Let us know who would be on your Mount Rushmore for the state of
That's a
Tennessee.
tough one.
that is really hard.
Dolly, I would be good with Jack being on there.
Yeah.
Jack is, I mean, regardless of whether you like it or not, Jack is as well known as anything or
I've-
anybody that comes from the state of Tennessee.
I've joked around, being in, economic development and tourism here in the state for the last few years, and every time I'm at the meeting, we start talking. I was like, Nashville's, it's one of the most popular cities in the world right
Yep.
now. I was like, but close second in this state is Lynchburg for being so small. Like,
Yeah.
when I've traveled through several countries, a lot of continents here that I've touched, and everyone, when they ask where you from, I'm Tennessee. What part? The easiest thing for me to tell people, I live 17 miles as a crow flies from Jack Daniel's Distillery, and everybody knows where that is. Everybody knows Lynchburg.
Dang, cool.
We'll be back on the other side with more. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
The Starting Lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester. Right here in Winchester, Loco is doing things their own way. From locally roasted Loco coffee to a one-of-a-kind shop experience. It's a place that's built for the Franklin County community. So if you haven't stopped by yet, now's the time. Support local. Drink Loco coffee, fueling Franklin County mornings. Roasted right here in Franklin County. And don't forget to tune into The Starting Lineup, weekdays from 7 to 9.
Is this Swap and Shop? Is this Swap and Shop? Hi, I'm calling for Swap and Shop. Swap and Shop? Swap and Shop? Swap and Shop? Swap and Shop. Wait, where's Swap and Shop?
That's right, Franklin County. Swap and Shop is back and better than ever. Call in just like you used to and head on over to 931go.com for your free online Swap and Shop listings every weekday morning starting off at 9 a.m. right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Hey guys, this is Joe Abraham, and I've got to tell you about the all-new Estill Springs Diner, bringing Southern comfort food back to 41A where it belongs. With a family-friendly atmosphere and homemade favorites for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's the perfect spot to bring the whole crew. Starting August 17th, they're open Thursday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7:30, and Sunday through Wednesday, 6 to 3. Find them on Facebook and come check out the all-new Estill Springs Diner, opening August 17th.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Tennessee rescue squads are being reminded of new requirements that will determine their eligibility for state grant funding beginning in 2027. The Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance and State Fire Marshal's Office says the changes are part of the Rescue Squad Recognition Act, which took effect July 1st. Under the new law, rescue squads must be recognized by their local governing body, obtain a valid certificate of recognition from the State Fire Marshal's Office, and file a certificate of charter with the Tennessee Secretary of State. Squads that do not complete the recognition process will not be eligible to apply for future State of Tennessee grant funding. Officials are encouraging rescue squad leaders to review the requirements and begin the recognition process ahead of the 2027 grant cycle. And Tennessee high school juniors and seniors have an opportunity to represent the state in Washington, D.C. through the United States Senate Youth Program. 2 qualifying Tennessee students will be selected to participate in the 65th Annual Washington Week, taking place March 6th through the 13th of 2027. Students will hear from national leaders and get an up-close look at the institutions and people involved in the federal government. Applicants must meet program requirements, including holding a qualifying leadership position in student government and honor society or civic or educational organization during the current school year. The program is open to qualifying juniors and seniors, including eligible home-educated students. Applications are due September 24th, with complete eligibility requirements and application information available through the Tennessee Department of Education. For details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
Well, that was an interesting last segment. Let's try that again. Back to Joe Abraham and Chewy. This is the Starting Lineup on ESPN Radio Winchester.
All right, back here on the Starting Lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. We are throwing out there, or we have thrown out there, list your Mount Rushmore for the state of Tennessee. Now, Chewy raised a good question. What are the qualifiers for being on the Mount Rushmore? Do you have to be born in the state of Tennessee is essentially the crux of that question. Or can you just represent Tennessee, bring people and attention to the state of Tennessee. Peyton Manning is a great example of this, somebody who was not necessarily born in the state of Tennessee, but when you talk about the attention that he drives even still today to Tennessee Vol football, worth consideration.
Alice Davis says, number 1, Dolly, 2, Elvis, 3, Jack Daniels, 4, Johnny Cash, which was, I thought that was clever. And then Doug Garrett says, Jack Daniels, Dolly, Elvis, Chewy. I might need a bigger Mount Rushmore.
Well, you already read that one. You've read that one twice now because your name's in it.
Maybe.
No, I read that one in the break, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. That's funny. That's pretty funny. So Elvis and Johnny Cash. So where was Johnny Cash born? I like the Johnny Cash one.
He was,
but I don't think Johnny is from Tennessee.
Yeah,
is he?
Up around Clarksville area.
Elvis. So here's my argument against Elvis: is A, Elvis was not born here, and B, outside of Graceland, post his death, how much attention did Elvis really bring to the state of Tennessee? I don't know.
Well, if we go back to what we're talking about, though, like people who drove people to this state,
yeah,
people come.
They come to see Graceland.
Like that's probably the only reason people still go to Memphis.
Brutal, but he's not lying.
I go for the Bass Pro Shop once.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to I had a revelation in the break, by the way.
Okay.
If you want to let people know about how stupid I am, again, I was under
always up for that.
Yeah, I was. While we were talking in the break here, I just learned that Elvis never lived in the pyramid. My mom when
Gretchen lied to you.
Straight
didn't
up
even
lied.
live when the pyramid was built. It was built in 1991.
I heard her say, yeah, Elvis used to live there once, and literally up until about 2 minutes ago, I had thought that was 100% true.
Have you texted Gretchen yet and told her that your whole childhood now is a lie?
No, I'm gonna confront her whenever she's at the food pantry.
You should have known when she used to tell you that you're a beautiful baby. She stretched the truth.
Listen. My
Beautiful on the inside.
My grandmother told me I was a very handsome boy. Okay, so I don't need anyone else to tell me otherwise. All right. But by the way, Alice jumped in saying Elvis brought attention to everywhere he went. Well, that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay, so just FYI, I pulled up a list of famous people born in the state of Tennessee. Now, this is an unfortunate list because I think that this is just kind of like a pop culture list right now. Like there's some people on here. Maddox Batson, who is apparently a country singer who I've never heard of, is on this list. He's 16 years old, but he's like the number one person on this list. People who are born in the state of Tennessee, though: Miley Cyrus, Morgan Wallen. None of these, by the way, people that I'm mentioning right now are going to make the list.
Oh, okay.
They're not on.
You're not putting Miley on your list?
I'm not putting Miley on. Wait till you hear who I say who is the next person. I'm not putting Miley on my Mount Rushmore of the state of Tennessee. Morgan Wallen, Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
That was the other one.
Where is
she's
she from?
from Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Really?
Megan Fox is on the list.
I forgot about that.
Megan and Miley, those two go together like peas and carrots. NLE Choppa.
I don't know who that is. What list are you looking at? That's the worst list ever.
Justin Timberlake is from Tennessee.
Yeah, he's from Memphis.
Okay. So Memphis was that just like the hot spot for recording, like Memphis and Nashville back in the day? Because that's what
Memphis was like the home blues, man. The blues in Memphis.
Glorilla is from
who?
She's like a rapper.
Yeah. Natalie Dyer, who is the older sister in Stranger Things. She's from state of Tennessee.
Interesting.
Morgan Freeman's from Tennessee.
Brian Pendergraft jumped in saying Johnny was born in Arkansas. Interesting. Okay.
Johnny
Arkansas?
was born in Arkansas.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right. Olivia Holt, Jelly Roll, was born in Tennessee.
Jelly Roll looks like the kind of guy who'd like to come over to your house and rile up your dogs. You know what I mean?
Kathy Bates was born in Memphis. Huh. Quentin Tarantino was born in Knoxville.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Really?
Ooh, here's one. Randy Orton.
Oh, I'll tell you one we forgot that I'd put on the list. Pat Summitt.
Yeah, Pat Summitt's a good one.
Born in Clarksville.
Johnny Knoxville.
Gee, I wonder where he's from.
Here we go. Here's your list. You can throw that one away.
Davy Crockett.
That list is trash. Dolly Parton, of course.
Yeah.
Tina Turner.
Oh.
She's born in Brownsville.
Okay.
Aretha Franklin in Memphis.
There you go.
JT in Memphis. Isaac Hayes was born in Covington. Forgot about that.
Your list is way better than mine.
I know.
Who
Like I
made
said,
this?
Your list
Who
is
made
trash.
this list?
Your list is absolute trash.
I do have a good one though. Ric Flair.
What?
Jerry Lee Lewis
Really?
was born.
I did not know that. Brett Crabtree's asking Andrew Jackson. We already tried. Yeah. Ricky did mention that one.
You know, the Quentin Tarantino one shocks me.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino's a good one. Kathy Bates is a
Sybil
good
Shepherd
Really?
was born here.
one. We got some good.
Betty Page.
What the heck?
There you
I
go.
did not know all these people from Tennessee.
I know.
Mookie Betts was born in Nashville.
We got some good.
Derrick
people.
Henry was not born here.
Oh, okay.
He's born in Yulee. I was like, he's not on that list. That's a lie. Let's see.
That's a good. That's
You got
a
James
strong
K.
list.
Polk, Andrew Johnson, Andrew Jackson. You know, you got 2 presidents in there.
And Davy Crockett.
Yeah, Davy Crockett was born in East Tennessee. Sam Houston he's not born in Tennessee. He's born in Virginia. That's a lie also. So,
We've got plenty of good
but
candidates.
yeah, I forgot Tina and Aretha. Like,
You could make like a movie of like the amount of the entertainment factor that has come out of it. Could be narrated by Morgan Freeman. You could have Johnny Knoxville could be in there for comedy, and then all of the high quality actors and actresses.
oh, Annie Potts was born here. I love Annie Potts.
Dan Schneider's from Tennessee, but
Oh no.
we don't.
Yeah.
we don't want to claim him.
Yeah, well, never mind. Yeah, they can. California can have him.
So,
Oh, Alice Davis jumping in. Obviously, Dinah Shore. Duh.
Dinah Shore's a good one.
Of course. And then let's see, Knox Kiffin from Doug Garrett.
so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to let my ignorance show here a little bit this morning, Christian. Not let you be by yourself.
Okay.
I didn't know Dinah Shore was an actress or singer.
Mhm.
Forever. It was recent when we did the plaque
Right.
this year on the square.
Yeah.
I always thought she was just a golfer. Like, that's all I ever knew her for was the Dinah Shore Golf Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't know.
Like all the lore behind why
Yeah,
her
I
name was
didn't-
up there. Yeah.
That's interesting to me because of your relationship to the area.
I just didn't. For me, it was one of those things like I never thought about it. I just always, I just thought she was a female golfer and was from here. So
That's on us as a community for not like doing a better job marketing our local celebrities.
Well,
So
that's what we're doing now.
that's
though.
what
Yeah.
I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you a statue and
Oh.
tell people about all the great things that are Chewy.
But I'm saying like they put up the plaques now and let everyone know about it. Like,
No,
you know,
we're doing a
they're
good job
working on
now.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Dinah Shore was like a person. I thought it was just the name of a road until I was like in high school and I was like really getting into like old film and I saw Dinah Shore like on a cover poster and
Yeah.
I was like, that can't be. I was like, there's no way. That's a funny coincidence. I looked
Like-
it up and of course it was.
she
And I was-
dated Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, like she was like a legit like Hollywood actress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know.
So here's the thing. I'm locked in obviously with Dolly at number 1. She's the easy one.
That's
Jack-
the easiest one ever.
Jack Daniels being on this list, I feel like Jack Daniels the man, not so much maybe, but
The myth.
can we replace his head on the Mount Rushmore with the bottle?
I mean, yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Just
that
have
might
it be
be
the
better,
bottle.
yeah.
Because as a person, he wouldn't make it on the list, right? His
Probably
name does, but like it's the thing that he created that lived beyond him that has raised and been the impact. The other two though is really where I'm stuck because there are some good ones. Elvis is a good one. Johnny Cash is a good one, but I don't know if Johnny Cash goes on the list. I don't know if we can claim Johnny Cash. Peyton Manning.
But Aretha. I mean, Aretha's got.
I was
gonna
gonna say, I think Aretha Franklin for me, that'd be number 3.
For some people, I don't think Aretha would be on the list for me. Peyton, I
Tina
think
Turner should be on the list.
Tina's pretty good, but
Yeah, they got a big old statue of Tina out there.
Okay.
Where she's from,
here's my thing.
and it's hideous.
Here's
Like
my
I saw when it was released 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know what
Oh,
you're talking about. It's
oh.
really bad.
They did a horrible job. Like that, the family should have sued whoever did that.
Okay, but here's my thing is if we're identifying the Mount Rushmore, what I want is it's kind of something that represents different categories of what the state of Tennessee has to offer. Like Dolly is that. She already takes up that category.
Sure.
Right? That a lot of these and Jack Daniels has got its own category. That's why I like Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning kind of represents
He's a sports son.
Tennessee football.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. What would the other one? What's the what about the oh shoot, what's the guy's name?
Well, if you go, Pat Summitt should be on there then.
Yeah, Pat Summitt would be a good sports one.
But I mean, you're talking about representing the state of Tennessee. 6 national championships, 2 gold medals. She put like the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame is in Knoxville because of her. Like that,
it's a good one.
She represented the state, born and raised right here in Tennessee.
Here's a question for listeners: if you were going to represent Tennessee athletics, and I think I agree with Ricky, Peyton Manning or Pat Summitt, I think I'd put Pat Summitt ahead of Peyton Manning.
I think I may too, just because of her background.
I mean, at
being
one
in the
point,
state.
she was the winningest coach in men's or women's basketball.
Oh, there you go. Like, that's what I mean.
Okay, here's a good one. Now, I don't know if he was born here. I got to look his history up and see where he was born. Oh, this is a really good one. Bill Dance. That's a good one.
That is actually
raised in Lynchburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, so he's from here.
Yeah.
Wore the Tennessee hat.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude.
Became known for the Tennessee Vols hat.
Man, and like we just got his like lake thing.
Yeah.
We got his lake thing. He represents kind of like nature.
Well, this was his home. Tim's Ford was his home lake.
Really?
Like, this is where he.
Is that where they filmed it?
Well, this is where he started. Like he
did
grew
film.
up.
He did film.
He filmed a
episodes
lot
on it.
out. Yeah, but like he grew up fishing Tim's Ford Lake.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Bill Dance would be a great
I don't know
representative.
Grew up because I think the lake
outdoors.
was built when he was. His lake came in the early 70s.
Yeah.
So he might not grew up on it, but that was one of his first. Like he talks all the time about how that was the lake he fished the most.
Interesting. Alice Davis says Philip Fulmer, Johnny Majors, Pat Summitt, Peyton Manning, and Brett Crabtree was reminding us that Jack Daniels wasn't even the guy who came up with the whiskey. Interesting. I'll have to read more about that.
Yeah, Nearest Screen Distillery. They got the whole story. You can go up there and check it out. If they don't get, I don't know.
I don't know if you can check it out anymore. Up there.
It's closed down temporarily.
Yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to go. I don't know about temporarily. I don't know if you're allowed to go in there and check it out anymore.
Huh.
But they might sell you the plaque.
They'll sell you anything, I think. All right, we'll be back on the other side to wrap up hour number 1. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester.
With the latest from around FCHS and Rebel Nation.
The Rebel Report, every weekday, presented by Oaklawn Baptist Church, right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Good morning, FCHS. I am Gage.
I'm Laura.
And I'm Bella. Welcome to today's edition of the Rebel Report.
Let's begin with football.
The Rebel football team traveled to Manchester Friday night to open the regular season against Coffee County.
Our Rebels fought hard throughout the game, but they came up short against the Red Raiders.
Keep working, Rebels.
It was only the first game of the season, and there is still plenty of football left to be played.
We know the players and coaches will get back to work and prepare for their next opportunity.
JV football plays tonight.
The junior varsity Rebels will make the trip back to Coffee County to face the Red Raiders.
They will be looking for redemption and hoping to bring home a road victory.
Good luck, Rebels.
Our Rebelette volleyball team will also be competing on the road tonight.
The Rebelettes will travel to Whitwell for a match beginning at 6 p.m.
Go get that win.
We also have 2 exciting home events coming up Tuesday evening.
The Rebelette soccer team will welcome Zion Christian Academy to Franklin County High School.
Varsity begins at 6.
The junior varsity soccer game will be played immediately following the varsity match.
Come out and support the Rebelettes for a full evening of soccer action.
Volleyball is also at home.
The Rebelette volleyball team will host Shelbyville Tuesday night for its first conference match of the season.
The opening serve is scheduled for 6 p.m. Conference games are always important, so the Rebelettes need a great home crowd supporting them.
Let's pack the gym.
With JV football and volleyball traveling tonight, followed by home soccer and volleyball Tuesday, it's another busy week for Franklin County athletics.
We want to wish all our athletes and coaches the very best. Play hard, support your teammates, and represent Franklin County with pride.
That's today's Rebel Report.
Thanks for listening, Franklin County.
Have a great day.
And as always, go Rebels and Rebelettes.
Located at 108 Memorial Drive in Winchester, Oaklawn Baptist Church is a place where families grow, faith is strengthened, and students are encouraged to live with purpose. which is why we're proud to sponsor the Rebel Report. Our mission is simple: introduce people to Jesus and build strong families through God's Word. Join us this weekend for Sunday school at 10 and worship to follow at 11. Learn more online at oaklandbaptistchurch.org.
This is Dale from Columbus, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC network. The opinions of the hosts are their own, and they do not represent the opinions of, well, really anybody else. You're listening to the starting lineup. Now back to Joe and Chewy.
Wrapping up hour number one here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester. I cannot believe the rabbit hole that I've gone down that is famous people from the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
So we determined in the break there, you weren't a part of this conversation, but we determined, thanks to Jack Daniels, this is Tennessee, okay? We're not beholden to 4.
Well, we just don't want to put Jack on there because we don't, Jack, I don't know if he did great things for he built Jack Daniels, but it's not like he did great things.
He helped a lot of people get through a lot of rough times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in honor of Jack,
one way or another.
Honestly, I just don't, because he's from Lynchburg, I just can't do it. Like I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like it's nothing personal here, Jack. It's just you were born in the wrong zip code.
So the list as it stands right now, Dolly, Elvis, which we know, and we talked about this, that the qualifier doesn't necessarily mean that they were born in Tennessee, but did they do great things for the state of Tennessee? Dolly, Elvis, Davy Crockett, Bill Dance, Pat Summitt. I have Jack Daniels written down, and that's even missing some.
But we decided 7 because of old number 7.
Right. Somebody mentioned Johnny Cash. I don't put Johnny on the list. I'm taking Johnny out of the running. I just don't think that Johnny is, A, he wasn't born here, B, he didn't really bring enough of an impact here. I don't think.
It's shocking how serious it got. You know what I mean? Like and how actually, you know what I mean?
How it went from us all being, jovial about this to
now it's like intense.
Hey, right. No, you can't cut. This is more important. This one had more of an impact.
So in my continuing deep dive into the great
Morgan
state,
Freeman needs to be on that list.
Morgan Freeman
is
at
least narrating the list.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Narrates the tour around the park.
Voiceover. Yeah. Other people from the state of Tennessee. Reese Witherspoon, which I always loved Reese as an actress, but I hear she's kind of a jerk.
Okay.
I had heard the exact opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard she's amazing.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better because I had heard that she was not a very nice person.
And she's done the whole book club thing. Like she's got the best business model ever. Have you seen what she's done?
No.
So she buys the movie rights to these books that she puts in her book club.
Oh, that's smart.
Genius.
And then she sell when if the book hits, which it's going to because Reese Witherspoon's promoting it, it's going to blow up.
But based on how well it hits, she then decides to do the movie.
She does the movie and she gets the movie rights off of it.
Good job by her.
Diabolical. That is genius.
Yeah, like that business model is like, I don't know where she came up with it, but I applaud her for that.
Just printing money, dude.
Vertical alignment, baby.
Dude, what the heck? That's like the best. Oh, man.
Reese Witherspoon, Justin Timberlake, Billy Ray Cyrus, Megan Fox, who we mentioned, Morgan Freeman, Faith Hill. We mentioned Tina Turner. Chewy mentioned Nate Bargatze.
Right now, Nate's not on the list.
You know what?
But I'm going to tell you, in 10 years, that topic will change.
You don't like Nate Bargatze?
He drives me
Why?
nuts. I don't know. It's just his,
Well, if he comes through with this amusement park he's trying to do in Nashville.
Dude,
Yeah, that's a
Then
good point.
10 years from now, Nate will be on the list.
That's a good point.
We need to like reel back a little bit with the stand-up comedian stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like now they're getting their own amusement parks and like private jets. Do you know what I mean? Like they've turned into rock stars. Like it's like, what are we doing?
On the other
What are
side,
we
in
doing?
hour
Like
number in hour number 2, we're going to talk about Chewy Land and what that's going to look like.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that'd be a scary place.
Oh man, Nicole Kidman. From
She
state
is
of Tennessee.
not from Tennessee.
From Tennessee.
She was not born in
Oh,
Tennessee.
wait. It says Nicole Kidman, the Australian-born
She's from
actress,
Australia.
made her Nashville her home. Okay. So
She
hold
lives
on.
in Tennessee.
This list is garbage then, because it's not people that I looked up from Tennessee, and it put her
You
on
got
the
put
list.
born in Tennessee.
Yeah. Melissa Joan Hart, it says, lives in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, like I was
But I don't think
buying
she was
into
born.
it when you said Nicole Kidman. I was like, no,
Dang.
that's an Aussie.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I thought it was what's his name that was the Aussie, and she was American, but I guess she is
Both.
She's got that accent too. Which is weird to me.
The accent?
It's weird to me that
she can turn it off.
Yeah, like people who
It's called an actor.
Yeah, but who act in so many movies as Americans that we just like think that
That happened to Tom Holland. Like he's losing his British accent.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
all,
you watch
all of
Yellowstone?
those. Yeah.
Have you heard Beth speak?
No.
Yeah, Beth's Australian.
No.
Yeah.
Who's the other
And the kid in the show, he's Australian also.
the guy who plays Batman is what's his name? Christian Bale. He's got an accent.
Yeah, he's British.
I don't understand. Like I thought all these people were American. I had no idea.
Joe, there's other countries.
I know. I
You're
just
allowed
thought
to
that we were
leave.
the only one that mattered.
I mean, they come here to get famous.
Yeah.
but
You know, the American accent, I guess, is just because it's easier to do. You know,
There's not an American accent. Like this
Let's
depends
see
on
what-
what part of America you're from.
that's a good point.
Th-
Yeah.
This is the thing that drives me nuts. And this, I got several friends live over the pond, and I love them to death. And I'm really excited to go visit a couple of them when we go to London this year. But every time I hear, well, y'all Americans have never left y'all's country. Most Americans never leave your country. You know what? It takes 3 hours to drive from Germany to Switzerland.
Yeah. Us leaving
Like-
the country is like, or
Yeah,
us leaving the state is
is-
like them leaving the country.
So don't give me grief like that.
Yeah.
Like Texas takes up most of Europe.
Yeah. No, it's 100% true.
Well,
it's not
also-
the same. Apples to oranges.
Right, and think about like the size of America. It's like we have all the stuff that you have. It's just we get to stay in our country and do it.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I
that's
mean?
the thing. So like, don't give me grief about we've never traveled or experienced anything. Yeah, we have. You've never been to a trailer park at 2:00 in the morning. You know what?
That's an experience you won't soon forget.
Yeah, dude. Wait till
Let's
you're
talk.
outside of the car. You know.
Yeah. You've never been driving back from Cornersville and the GPS went out on a back road.
Yeah, you've never gotten lost up on a mountain
Yeah.
in the middle of the night.
And
All right.
Grundy County trying to make your way home from Altamont. You know, it's,
Oh man, that happened to me coming back from a basketball game one time. I just lost all. It was bad. It
Yeah.
was scary. Scariest night of my
we've
life.
gone down a whole new rabbit hole though.
All right, we'll be back with hour number 2 and talk about Chewy's future prospects for his
Franklin County theme park
Theme park,
coming
yeah.
to you.
Oh.
Wookie Land.
Wookie Land, dude. Y'all
Oh.
are
You have to
screwed.
write that one.
Hour number 2 coming up next. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
When we hear drug-endangered children, we may picture extreme situations, but substance misuse can affect any child through unsafe environments, unsecured medications, or even impaired driving. Protecting children is everyone's responsibility. The Franklin County Prevention Coalition partners with schools and law enforcement to raise awareness and provide tools that keep kids safe. Because when we work together to protect our children, we are stronger together. Learn more at fcpctn.org/DEC. This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Of Abraham Art Gallery right on the square in downtown Winchester. Looking for something unique? Every month brings a new featured artist, original art to inspire and share with the community. Come in, explore, and discover art that's ready to go home with you today. Whether you're redecorating, collecting, or just need something that sparks joy, this is your place. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Visit abrahamgallery.com or stop by at 106 North High Street. You never know what you'll fall in love with.
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Swanee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas. a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
You're tuned in to ESPN Radio Winchester, WCDT 1340 AM, W295 AV, 1069 FM. Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studio, it's the starting lineup. Now, here are your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
And now, from parts unknown. That's Chewy right there.
That's nice.
Welcome back into the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
So I can give you three.
Okay.
We're talking.
Are we talking Franklin County?
Franklin County.
Okay, so we've shifted gears. Chewy, before we jump into this, what did we have in the chat?
Doug Garrett says, this is interesting. Now, what about a Franklin County Mount Rushmore?
Oh, okay.
This should get some talk going. You're welcome for the next hour of content.
Good lead-in, Doug.
Brett Crabtree came in with some banjos, and Alice jumped back in saying, on a serious note, I need Ricky's office number.
All right, Alice. Easy, girl. No. I'm not going to give that out over the air.
Yeah.
What did she say?
She was looking for your office number.
Office number?
Yeah.
Email me is the easiest way to do it.
There you go.
Swamp Donkey at
info at winchesterdowntown.com.
All right. Y'all ready for this Deckard call?
Yes. Let's get that.
Good morning, Deckard.
Good morning, WCDT.
How are you guys this morning?
We are wonderful on this Wednesday morning. How are you guys?
We're a lot better now that we got to talk to you guys. We're looking forward to a really awesome pledge this morning. Y'all think y'all can deliver?
Well, we've got day 3 of Miss Yates' 5th grade ready to do it for you.
All right, let's hear it.
Good morning, Franklin County. Today's pledge will be in honor of the Queen of Country Music, Miss Dolly Parton. Now please join Deckard Elementary as we stand, salute, and pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Beautiful pledge this morning, guys. Thank you so much.
That was a great pledge this morning.
It
All right,
was.
who's going to put that this morning? All right, come on up, tell me your name.
I'm Layla, and I have the fun fact. These animals have all been to outer space. Chimpanzees, monkeys, dogs, mice, and a guinea pig.
Wow, very cool.
That sounds like it would be a trivia question. I need to remember that one.
It does. That's really, really cool. Well, thank you so much for that interesting fact, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful day out there, okay?
Thank you. You too.
See ya.
Wookiees have also been to outer space.
Yes.
Well, if you believe that we could get beyond the firmament.
Right.
I mean, at least inner space.
Inner space.
All right. So, again, back here for hour number 2 on the starting lineup. Real quick recap. Yesterday in the sporting world in and around the area, the girls volleyball team took down Shelbyville for their second win in as many matchups. They beat
for them.
Whitwell the other day as well. I think that's the 3rd win on the season. The girls soccer team moved to 3-0 on the season. They smoked Zion Christian Academy 6-0. Franklin County girls soccer team. What's going on? What's going on with Abby and the Huntley girls soccer team?
Huntley got beat last night. They played Monday and last night. Monday they beat Cornersville 3-2, and
nice.
Probably one of the most exciting games I've ever watched. Like Huntland was down 2-0 in the contest and came back and scored all their goals in the second half.
Wow.
They had scored 2 penalty kicks, and Abby had a goal with like 4 minutes left in the game. Abby tied it with 4 minutes left. She had a breakaway goal. So really excited for that. But it was the penalty kick that took the lead. They got under a minute left in the game.
Oh, wow.
The girl got a handball inside the penalty box.
So the most exciting game I've ever seen, which I'm glad that they got out of there with the win and without getting tackled by any 16-year-old girl.
No, they did tackle by 16. There were several tackles out there. I made the comment loud enough that the ref laughed.
That's funny.
The most exciting game I have ever seen was last year. I think it was last year, the game that actually knocked Franklin County out of the state.
Is that the one who went to penalty kicks?
It was... I can't remember if it went to penalty kicks. I think what happened was we were up a goal with like 10 seconds left, and they scored. Literally, this girl who is a Division I prospect or whatever, she had gotten hurt. She comes back into the game and just basically says, "Give me the ball. I'm going to handle this myself." She was so fast. She took the ball all the way up the pitch, and drills a shot with like 10 seconds left in the game to tie it. They go to extra time, and she does the same thing. Takes it all the way up the field herself, drills it into the back of the net, and they ended up beating us. Coming back with like 10 seconds left in the game, they ended up beating us in overtime. That was the most exciting one I've ever seen. But
yesterday they got handled though by Forrest. Forrest has a girl.
Yeah.
She's just an athlete stud. Yeah. She basketball. She's really good too, and she did what she wanted to yesterday. Yeah. She was a force.
That's one of those sports you can really tell in girls soccer when there's somebody special, because the field is once they get in space and they get a little room to run, it's just and they're gone.
Well, I sat there before the game started. I looked over at Amy and said, "This is going to be a long one." She's like, "Wait, man!" It's like those are women. Like,
yeah,
there's some big girls on that side of the field,
yeah.
And we're playing a whole lot of freshmen.
That's how well, that's a good thing for the long term though.
Yeah, but I'll tell you in Huntland, I'll say this for all athletics in Huntland. The next 2 years might be rough, but
coming in on the backside of that, they've got some talent coming up. Yeah,
they're
that's
gonna do
exciting.
Some work.
Hey, I did want to say Amy Garrett jumped in this morning, so shout out to Miss Garrett out here. She's jumping in saying Dolly Parton, Elvis, Davy Crockett, Pat Summitt for her Mount Rushmore.
I like that list.
That's a good list.
What's that?
Dolly Parton, Elvis, Davy Crockett, Pat Summitt.
I like your list, Amy. So that's how it was when you say the women. So last year I called the middle school girls soccer their run to the state, and that was actually the first year that they've ever had the state playoffs for middle school level, and it was right up until like the Final Four where we were in the state finals before we ran into another team that kind of matched us in that way. But there were teams that we would play, and we had girls on our middle school team that looked like they could be high schoolers, and we were playing against teams, and you're like, oh, that's a middle school team. Yeah. You know, like our girls did not look middle school, and we were playing against some kids that were coming up to like the girls hadn't gone through puberty or anything like that yet. They were coming up to like the hip on some of our, and I'm like, yeah, this game's gonna get out of hand. South played last night. They got beat. I'm told that Unity jumped on South early.
So Unity is supposed to be the best team in the district.
Yeah, they actually South got behind 30-0, and I was told that it was pretty much like that in the first quarter. Now, once South kind of settled in, they played fairly well the rest of the way. They ended up losing 30-14. There was concern about Zach Cole picking up a little bit of an injury. He had a really good game last night, though. Had some good runs, a rushing touchdown, caused a fumble, actually recovered 2 fumbles. But there was concern he might have broken his hand or his wrist or something like that. But he's doing all right. But they, outside of that first quarter, they got beat. But you wonder how it would have been different if they had come out ready to go in that one. Do they go through the thing where they play all the games and then they play the championship for so there's a chance that if they go undefeated, they might end up getting another shot at Unity?
Yep.
That would be cool. All right, so back to the conversation that we were having. We shifted gears a little bit between hour number 1 and hour number 2, thanks to Doug Garrett for setting us up for this. Franklin County. Who are the Franklin County Mount Rushmore faces? Outside of Chewy. We know Chewy's going to be on there.
I would say like John Templeton probably.
That was mine.
Dinah Shore for sure.
Fulmer's got to go in there.
Yeah, Philip Fulmer. I guess Bill Dance doesn't count, does he?
He's Lynchburg.
Right.
He's that MDC guy.
But here's the thing. Again, it goes back to, what are we saying here? Is it the attention that they brought to Franklin County?
No, these got to be born in
or
Franklin
is it
County.
these ones are born?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born and bred, yeah.
Different. This is a different set of rules than the state of Tennessee.
Right. This is a little more localized.
So if you've got any suggestions on the Franklin County Mount Rushmore.
Doug Garrett jumping in here, getting some brownie points. He says, I want that Amy Garrett girl's phone number.
All right, Doug.
Yeah, Casanova.
Doug, better watch out. I'm going to tell your wife.
Yeah.
All right, so.
I would put, Mike Ferris could go in there. He's got a Grammy-winning artist.
Okay. What about Dinah Shore? Did we say Dinah?
Dinah was on there.
Dinah's on there.
Yeah. Dinah, Templeton, Fulmer. Templeton's one that definitely has to go in there. That doesn't really, a lot of people don't have enough information about this guy.
Yeah.
Sir John Templeton. Like, he's knighted.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a statue of him in Swanee.
Is that the
Templeton Library? It's him, yeah.
Okay.
He helped fund a lot of that stuff up there.
The nice little garden area over here past WCA.
Yeah.
And the one up here on South College Street.
Yeah.
That's Templeton Gardens.
Oh. Is Mary Sharp, was that a woman who was from here?
Yes. I don't know if she was born here, but I know the family's from here.
Because if she is, like,
that'd be one too. Because Mary Sharp College,
right? That's what I mean. That like the first women's college,
one.
Yeah. So maybe Mary Sharp as well. Maybe we need. Who was the county historian who helped with the banners out there? You know who I'm talking about? On the square,
I know.
On the square, the historian who did the banners. If we could get her to help us out with this. That'd be easy. That'd be great.
If you go back and look, that's another thing. You look, Winchester's got all the banners up right now.
Right.
Yeah, that was a great project we did there. And Joy Gallagher.
That's who it is. Yes, Joy Gallagher. Yeah, if we could, she would be the one I'd ask this opinion about.
And Miss Joy, she's a wealth of knowledge. I'll tell you another one you could get that really can tell you all the history of Franklin County. If you ever want to just sit down and dive into it, is Sean Earl.
Sean Earl. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know Sean.
Yeah.
Sean is another one of those that just.
I'm learning so much history right now about Franklin County.
But you're on Wikipedia. Don't do that.
Well, I'm looking at like.
He writes his fake stuff in there. He writes his. He goes in there and re-edits.
All right, I'm gonna go back over to the website.
Andrea O'Neill Davidson jumping in, telling us yes, it is Joy Gallagher. Alice jumping in, saying, "I'm just wanting to build a wall to honor many people of our county historically." Sir John, General James Winchester, Isham Harris, Dinah Shore. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, it would be. Yeah, I really like the idea of that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the guy, the Winchester guy should probably be on that list. But that's the thing is we only got 4.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna break in here. Be back on the other side.
Let us know in the FMO Facebook feed if you're interested.
Give us your 4. And let us know who would be on your Mount Rushmore of Franklin County. All right. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Every child deserves a safe place to grow. When substance misuse enters a home, children can face neglect and lasting trauma. The Drug Endangered Children's Initiative in Franklin County brings together schools, first responders, and community partners to identify risks early and protect our most vulnerable. It's not about blame, it's about protection. And when we stand up for our children, we are stronger together. Learn more at fcpctn.org/DEC. This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Any idea how many hot dogs are consumed?
Oh.
How many glizzies are gobbled on the 4th of July? Hold my beer and give me that hot dog. It's a good thing that they're not made of real meat. We would run out of animal. I don't know. What are hot dogs even made of? Has anybody figured that out yet?
Do you want to know?
Slurry? Is that a meat? Not everything that can be done should be done. The glizzy gobbling competition.
I hate it when you call it that, by the way.
Just shoveling
meat rockets in your mouth. I mean, it's foul.
It is the starting lineup.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Bennett's Pharmacy.
Got a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms headed our way today. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high of 90 degrees. Calm west winds coming in from the southwest at around 5 miles per hour. And our chance of precipitation is only at 20%. So be prepared for some light rain, some hot weather, and stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester.
At Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester, we're more than a pharmacy. We're your partner in health. Conveniently located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, we're here to serve you with fast, friendly, and personalized service. Need prescriptions filled? Looking for over-the-counter products? We've got you covered. Plus, enjoy local delivery and expert advice from our caring team. Call us today at 931-967-2777 or stop by Bennett's Pharmacy at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard today.
This segment of the starting lineup is brought to you by the Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Tune into the starting lineup with the FMO Facebook feed every weekday. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
So Amy just sent me the song for Dolly. They said it won't be released till 2045.
What?
Whoa, what's
and the song's called My Place in History.
Huh. All right.
Now I'm massively
Well, now I'm not
disappointed.
going to listen to it.
Yeah, Chewy won't ever hear it.
Amy
definitely not going to live that long.
Amy Garrett jumped back into the chat saying John Ward, though, for Franklin County, one voice of Tennessee.
John Ward's for Franklin County?
Must be.
What?
Oh. That's cool. I didn't know that. All right, so FYI, in the FMO Facebook feed, I got this clean new white hoodie from Fincham yesterday. He brought me some. Well, actually, it was Micah that brought me some stuff.
Micah dropped by and dropped off a ton of cool stuff.
But Micah and Alan hooked me up. Well, hooked you up too.
They hooked, yeah, dude. Like my whole wardrobe is just Fincham now.
Yeah.
Like they, and I'm glad because like it's great stuff.
Got a new wardrobe, new do. Who is this guy?
Yeah. Yeah, you still are wearing your homeless Halloween-looking shirt over there.
I'll remember that, Joe Abraham. Let's see here. Alice Davis jumping back in saying more recent. Pete Garner, Johnny Gall, Grady Powers, James Parks, Clyde Young, Joe Holt, Anthony Longhorn, David Pendergrass, all Estill Springs, Dennis Young, Beth Roten, Bill Cowan, Bobby Sharber, Willie Womack, Christy Hopkins, George and Betty Fraley, Barbara Finney, Brenda Long, and I know I am missing so many that have done so much. And then Doug Garrett jumping back in saying she's still talking about the state. Ward is from Knoxville. Oh, okay. My bad.
So one of the things that this kind of leads us into a short conversation that we can have is the Chewy and I are working on putting together the Made in Franklin County series.
John Ward was born in Knoxville,
Tennessee.
But say if he's born here, I'd have known that.
So Chewy and I are putting this Made in Franklin County series together, and this is one of the things that kind of excites me about it is that there are so many there's so many great people who have accomplished great things from our area that our goal is to start interviewing these folks. Now, we wanted to get into football season, get it going, and, I can't say I made a mistake. I took a very big project on that I'm on the back end of finishing up. I'm right there at the end, and once I get past this thing, I'll be able to. I think we'll be good to go. But we already got sponsors for it. John Davenport Construction has jumped on this thing, as well as Fincham Sportswear and some other folks. And the idea of the show, the concept of the show, is that we're going to have 1 hour sit-down interviews with names just like that and talk about their history in Franklin County. Basically, if they are and again, it's made in Franklin County, so it could be people from Franklin County, products from Franklin County, or even just stories from Franklin County. I'm really looking forward to starting that series. We kind of have already in a way. We've talked about it enough, and I've started hearing stories from people. Oh, you got to have this person on. You got to have that person on. You got to get them to tell you this story or that. So I'm really excited about that.
Holland's doing something cool for Dolly Thursdays.
Yeah?
Wear your pink butterflies, your favorite Dolly shirt to school.
That's cool.
Thursday.
Yeah, that's really nice.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit.
Well, before we do, I did want to jump into the comments because we did have quite a few there. Amy was just saying, no, he is from Knoxville, but I just think about Tennessee when I think of John Ward. I am old school. Doug Garrett jumping in saying, Big Al is an FC legend.
Ooh, yeah.
Johnny Han, but he's from somewhere up north. And then Alice Davis says, I would love to help with this project. Actually, Alice, you sound like you'd be a pretty decent person to help with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Alice, holler at me. All right, so shifting gears. This is something we got to talk about. I think we got to raise awareness to this. I currently have a beef on a Where's the Beef Wednesday with scientists. Not all scientists necessarily, Chewy. Don't raise your eyebrows at me, okay? Specifically, scientists who find something that's been, closed up, sealed off for the last 4,500 years and immediately go,
open it.
I wonder what's in there. Let's open it. No, wait, please. Scientists who decide that they want to, I don't know, invent like a particle collider and not ask the rest of us. We have like 6,000 movies explaining why we don't open that door or why we don't do that thing. And Jurassic Park, speaking of great scientific concept movies, hit this nail right on the head when they threw out there the quote of, you spent so long asking yourself whether or not you could that you stopped to ask whether or not you should. Just because we can scan through the pyramid and see that there is a hidden room buried deep, deep, deep inside under millions and millions of tons of rock that are probably placed there for a reason, in my opinion, doesn't mean we should per se open said secret chamber. You want to take pictures of the things on the wall? Sure. You want to even crack it open and put the sarcophagus on display in a museum? Good luck with that. I mean, if you want to be the guy to open that thing up after thousands of years and take that risk, okay. But to crack open the sealed door that we did not even know was there, probably for a reason. Nobody's going to stand up and raise their hand and say, I got a better idea. Let's not.
Would you like to know an actually like really disturbing thing that they do in this like sort of sense? It has nothing to do with ancient artifacts either. It's like way worse, dude.
Okay.
So ice core drilling is a very common thing. And when you do that, sometimes you find brine pools that cannot freeze because of the salt and the salinity. And you will find brine pools that have developed on Earth without sunlight the entire time that they have been alive. And they dig into these things and they find microbes that look like aliens because they're so distinct, because they're so different.
Yeah,
than
they've
us.
gone so far off the rails.
Viruses, bacteria, protozoa, small microorganisms, everything. It's a little gelatinous primordial soup, and they find it all the time. You know what they do? They pull up that water, and then they go look at it under a microscope and see what's in there.
I'm pretty sure that's where Chewy came from. There was somebody, when they first started drilling into the ice cores, that was like their gelatinous cube liquor. And
the cube
Chewy
liquor.
Chewie is the spawn of the cube licker.
I slithered off of a spoon,
Yeah.
and I grew into like a guy, and they're like, "Stop! The arms are too long," My
It's
arms just didn't stop.
It's like Ninja Turtles with a slime. He came
Yeah.
in, Chewie came in contact with the secret ooze.
Yeah, dude.
No, we've seen like how many movies do we have to have about like the AI Terminator taking over the world? Oblivion. So one of the ones that I came across here lately was, have you guys seen the movie Oblivion?
I do like that movie. Yeah,
It's a good movie. Until you realize that it was made in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
and the crux of the movie is there are these big, huge things sucking up ocean water. You know why they're sucking up ocean water? Because the alien technology that has come to Earth needs the water to, like, cool its systems. Basically the same thing that we're just building here on Earth.
Yeah.
And all the water on Earth has been evaporated away by these huge AI systems. Every zombie movie that's ever been made goes back to like, oh, this lab leak. You know, don't open the door. Don't let the monkeys out. Don't listen
to Joe. I want him to open the door. I want to explore. Like, I couldn't not open the door. You're telling me right now, you walk in, you buy a house. Someone built this house 100 years ago.
Right.
You buy this house, and then you're down in the basement one day, and you realize there is a false wall in the basement. And there is another room down there that you did not know existed. You're telling me that you can sit in that basement knowing there is something on the other side of that wall and not find it, not figure out what it is?
Okay. Yep. Okay. So, to Ricky's point, no, I would need to open that door.
See?
But But here's
no. There's no but to
hold
this.
on.
That is the same thing.
No.
No. There's zero buts to this.
No.
You just contradicted everything
No.
you ranted about.
Listen, there's different levels to this thing.
No,
okay?
there's not.
Okay, because if I open that door, the person that it's going to affect is likely just me.
Maybe.
Like somebody's not creating a collider in their basement necessarily, or creating
Rosie came out.
or
Rosie's
creating.
like, yeah,
she escaped.
Rosie's like, I smell the BS in here.
They're not creating some sort of disease that's going to like go viral and spread across the entire world and kill everybody.
You don't know
per
that.
se.
What do you think is in the pyramids?
I don't know. You know, I mean, what?
He's watched The Mummy one too many times.
That's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is.
So how do you know someone didn't do that? Did like some kind of satanic ritual in your basement?
Well,
Like,
if it's Fauci's basement, it probably did happen down there.
I'm just
Depends
saying,
on.
like-
There's levels to this thing, okay?
Like the Blair Witch Project might have happened in the basement.
Yeah.
And you don't know this, but you're going to open the wall. That they closed this up for a reason.
Right. Which might affect me
That might let some.
and the other people living in the house, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that like the.
Have you not seen Poltergeist?
Yeah, but it wouldn't affect.
That's a house.
It wouldn't affect the whole world.
The Amityville Horrors.
It would just affect the people that maybe live on the street.
So I'm not worried about. I'm just,
Ghosts are limited to like.
If you take out 1,000 people, you're okay. But if you take out 100,000, you're a horrible person.
Yeah.
They might affect the people on the street.
Yeah.
North High Street.
Have
yes.
you seen the show Ghosts? They can't leave the property.
North High Street? It's getting ruined.
Well, let me put it this way, though.
But College Street's good to go.
If
Elm, safe.
If I open that door, if it's a ghost, ghosts walk through doors anyway.
Right, yeah.
B, if I started like getting like knocking into the wall and started tearing this thing down, and there was like hazmat stuff up, I'd probably stop at that point.
Okay, all right.
But if it was just like a fake door that wasn't keeping any kind of disease or anything like that, like
But you don't know that.
yeah, I could let out another Chewy, I guess.
What if there's a cauldron down there or something that like you broke open a vial that somebody made? Like you don't have a clue, but you have to know.
No.
What's in there?
No. Like I'd put a shelf in front of it and I'd like put a whole bunch of heavy stuff in front of the false door and I'd be like, I never noticed it.
Chewy goes to put up a picture and hits a nail through it, and it just like the mist pops through and infects him with zombie capabilities.
See, I'm the exact opposite. Like I have to know.
Not a hidden room like that. That just screams crime, and I'm just like, I'm not going to be caught up in this.
Like I said, there's levels to this thing. You know,
There's levels.
112. The secret cavern buried beneath 112 Elm Street is different than the secret cavern buried beneath the pyramids of Giza.
All right, yeah,
You know,
maybe.
You might let Freddy Krueger out.
That's true. Oh, man.
Joe Abraham's going to damn us all.
I think we're already in the Matrix, so does it really matter? It's just different versions of the same simulation, I suppose. All right, we'll be back on the other side with more. It is the starting lineup, ESPN Radio Winchester.
Summer is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home with hot deals from Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Whether you're upgrading your living room, bedroom, dining room, or finding the perfect mattress, FMO has stylish furniture at prices your wallet will love. Visit Furniture Merchandise Outlet today at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, or shop anytime at FMOTN.com. Make your house feel like summer all year long with FMO.
There are all kinds of guys out there. Sports guys, hunting guys, even those DIY guys. Well, let's be honest, not every guy's built the same. We're garage guys. We show up on time, we do the job right, and we don't cut corners. From installs to repairs, we take pride in doing it right the first time. Serving Franklin, Coffee, Bedford, Lincoln, and Moore County, it's quality work you can trust. So call Garage Guys today or find them online at GarageGuys931.com. Garage Guys, built different. This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Tennessee rescue squads are being reminded of new requirements that will determine their eligibility for state grant funding beginning in 2027. The Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance and State Fire Marshal's Office says the changes are part of the Rescue Squad Recognition Act, which took effect July 1st. Under the new law, rescue squads must be recognized by their local governing body, obtain a valid certificate of recognition from the State Fire Marshal's Office, and file a certificate of charter with the Tennessee Secretary of State. Squads that do not complete the recognition process will not be eligible to apply for future state of Tennessee grant funding. Officials are encouraging rescue squad leaders to review the requirements and begin the recognition process ahead of the 2027 grant cycle. And Tennessee high school juniors and seniors have an opportunity to represent the state in Washington, D.C. through the United States Senate Youth Program. 2 qualifying Tennessee students will be selected to participate in the 65th Annual Washington Week, taking place March 6th through the 13th of 2027. Students will hear from national leaders and get an up-close look at the institutions and people involved in the federal government. Applicants must meet program requirements, including holding a qualifying leadership position in student government and honor society or civic or educational organization during the current school year. The program is open to qualifying juniors and seniors, including eligible home-educated students. Applications are due September 24th, with complete eligibility requirements and application information available through the Tennessee Department of Education. For details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
This segment of the starting lineup is brought to you by the Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Tune into the starting lineup with the FMO Facebook feed every weekday. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069, WCDT, Winchester.
Hey, there's no FC game this week, is there?
No FC game this week. Is a bye week for Franklin County High School football. North plays tomorrow night.
Oh, cool.
They play at home or away?
I believe it's a home game. I can pull that up. Probably good for me to know, huh?
Are you going to be there?
I think I will. Who does Huntland have this week?
Huntland goes to Forest. You coming to that one?
That's right. No, I don't think I'm going to go.
You don't call the Huntland game? You got a Friday night? Frank County's not playing? You don't give Huntland some love?
Well, we'll have to talk about it off air. So, speaking of football, we'll talk sports for a few minutes. The Tennessee Titans rolled out their rivalry uniform yesterday, which looks interestingly a lot like the two-tone blue of the Tennessee Titans.
Just says Music City.
But it's a Music City version of it. It's funny because the Titans roll out a rivalry uniform that looks like the Titans, even though that they traditionally now, on a regular basis, are going to wear uniforms that look more like the Oilers. And then the Texans rolled out uniforms, their rivalry uniforms look like the old Oilers, which now looks like the Titans.
Jeez.
I don't know if you saw the Texans uniforms, Ricky, but
I did.
But some of these rivalry uniforms that have come out, like the Chicago Bears one, is pretty cool. The Titans one, pretty cool. Some of them, like the Jaguars one, the Jaguars are wearing pants that have leopard print. They look like the pants your wife bought off of Lululemon. I mean, they literally have leopard print pants. What are we doing here, guys?
Listen, y'all are gonna hate me. I am 1,000% in for the leopard pants for that. They need more prints in the NFL. I'm sorry.
I just got a picture of Chewy wearing leopard print. What are those things called? Those
yoga pants.
Yoga pants.
Oh yeah, dude. No, like
you in yoga pants. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gnarly, dude. There's a reason I wear baggy clothes.
Jeez.
Gosh.
But listen, pink, like pink cheetah print, dude. I'm all about that. Like
it's gotta
I
be
would
pink
rock
too.
Yeah. Pink is my favorite color. You know, I'll rock that any day.
Are you and I the exact opposite person?
No, and that's the reason it
Aerosmith
really
your
upsets
favorite
you.
Say that again.
Is Aerosmith your favorite band?
No,
Don't
not
they
at
have
all.
that song Pink?
I don't. I'm sure I've heard it before, but I can't think about it off the top of my head.
You know, if the Texans had initially gone with this design, though, or something along this style, they get all mad at the Titans and our fan base and our team and all the things because we took their team, which again, as a Browns fan, I can relate to. But they could have very easily come back into the league and taken ownership of that heritage, and I feel like they chose not to.
This is my problem. This is my beef with the NFL. Cleveland and Houston both had NFL franchises, both screwed up NFL franchises, wouldn't do what they had to do to keep their franchises, and the franchises leave. And then the NFL is like, you know what? We're going to expand. We're going to give Houston and Cleveland an NFL franchise. They've already had their shot. We should have taken those teams to better cities.
Okay, so Cleveland, it's my understanding, now, again, I was very young when this happened, but it's my understanding that a lot of that was due to the ownership and his battle with the city, and he really didn't want to be, he tried to kind of manufacture them leaving and held them hostage a little bit in that regard. The city and the fan base of Cleveland has always been a very good one, a very strong one, which is why immediately they turned around and said, the NFL turned around and said, no, you're not taking the team's history with you. Ironically, again, the whole Houston Oilers, Tennessee Titans thing that happened, if it was the same type of scenario, the city of Houston probably would have been forced or would have been allowed to keep the heritage that was the Oilers. Why the NFL made the decision to allow Cleveland to keep the Browns' heritage but not Houston's, there's a reason. I guess the two things are not necessarily the same.
I'm saying Houston shouldn't have got a team.
I kind of do agree with that aspect of it.
Like, give a team. Texas needs 2 teams because it's a big.
San Antonio would have been a cool city.
Yeah, San Antonio would have been a great city to have it.
Alice Davis jumped in talking about the Oilers in particular. She says she hates the new Titans uniforms. Why do they have to look like the Oilers? She says.
I love the Love You Blue.
I
I'm a
like.
fan.
Yeah, I like them. I think that's how when they moved. I think that's probably how they should have initially looked.
They did.
Well,
When
they
first
did.
moved
Yeah,
here, that's how they looked
the
until
first year they wore the Oilers uniform.
Yeah, until they switched to the Titans
Yeah.
when they came to Nashville. It's the first year they were in Memphis.
Right.
Well,
But
the first year's in Memphis. The second year they played in Vanderbilt Stadium.
right.
Before the stadium was finished.
So I think that they should have, when they first moved here, that they should have probably, if you're going to keep that kind of piece of your heritage, then keep it. It was almost like they tried to take it and modify it to the new age, we're in Tennessee now, so this is a new era of us, and now they're going back to that. It is a weird situation. You're not gonna. It is what it is. I just find it hilarious now that Houston is trying to use that color palette when Tennessee has fully embraced it. They didn't care about it the last 20 years, really.
Oh, they've cared. They've pitched a fit all the time about it.
I don't know why they didn't just take it when they first came back into the league, though, as the Texans. Why didn't they just take it and say, no, we're going to be obstinate about it. This is our colors. This is our city. This was our team. You took it. That's fine. You wanna because Tennessee, yes, Tennessee had the two-tone blue and some of the red, but they could have kind of forced Tennessee in a different direction, I feel like. If you're Houston, you could have initially. But they went with the red, white, and blue, and now they're coming back the navy blue and the darker red, and now they're coming back. This is not your color palette anymore. You don't own this anymore. It's gone.
Well, the color palette they chose was the Titans' color palette at the time. Navy blue. They had the red in there.
Yeah. They just didn't have the Love You blue.
Yeah.
Which Tennessee carried with them. So it is weird. Out of some of the other ones that have popped up, if you haven't gone and looked at them, some of them are pretty funky. Some of them are pretty interesting.
The Colts is the worst. It's just like a dark gray.
The Bills have gotten a lot of hate for theirs.
I haven't seen theirs yet, so the Bills might be worse than the Colts. But the Colts usually, I hate everything they do anyways.
Let me pull them up. Rivalry jerseys 2026. Rivalry uniforms. The Packers have a new one. There's 8.
So there's teams that I think should never change their uniform at all. Green Bay's one of them.
Right.
Like that Packers uniform is iconic. You shouldn't have it all. Like they should just wear the Packers uniform all the time.
Well, you want to see these teams when they play look like themselves. What drives me nuts though is like when they do these photo shoots with the uniforms, and there's so much lighting and discoloration that you can't even tell what the uniform looks like.
Yeah.
Can you show me just a shot as to what it actually looks like? The Jaguars is pretty funky. I don't hate the green helmet on the Jaguars.
I thought the Jaguars' whole photo shoot was just looked like it was done by a middle schooler.
The Vikings is pretty cool. The Titans is pretty. I gotta say,
I like the helmets.
Outside of the numbers, yeah, I think that the helmets are as sharp as they come. I mean, that's really, really sweet. Last year, I feel like the Arizona Cardinals probably won the worst one. Not because I don't love I love the colors that the Cardinals used, but the uniform looked like bird poop. And so it was unfortunately they lost by default. When you roll out a uniform that looks like poop, you lose. The Packers and the Bears this year are probably my favorite, and I agree with you that the Packers look is so classic. But if you look at the Packers, they went retro. They went even more retro than their current stuff looks, and the numbers are really cool. The color palette is a little bit more muted. The green.
When Pittsburgh did the Bumblebee uniforms?
Oh gosh, those were bad. The Lions are really bad. The Lions are one of those teams where, again, I feel like they've got a pretty good color palette.
The Lions, it's either, wow, that's awesome, or, oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Like they never never fit in between.
I don't like the blue helmet with the Lions. But go check them out if you haven't had a chance to. Again, I some of them are pretty cool. Some of them not so much. I'm just glad that they don't wear them. I'm glad that these aren't permanent transitions for pretty much all of these teams, because none of them are better than what they wear normally.
Have you been following the WNBA thing with the 2 former NBA players?
Yes, a little bit.
So you know the WNBA came out and said they're not allowed to enter the draft.
Did they actually officially?
Yeah.
Okay. I
So-
saw the guy was sitting in the
Got
arena with it.
ejected
Yeah.
for wearing a shirt
Yeah.
that had the definition of what a woman is on it, and got ejected from the game for it.
Imagine that.
So one of the players has a lawyer now.
Ooh.
Royce White is got a lawyer because they have said he's not allowed to do it, but they've not formally notified anybody saying they're not allowed to.
Okay.
So
they just publicly stated that he's
Yeah.
not allowed to?
He declared for the 2027 draft, identifying as a woman, says he's received no official communication from the league recordings status. League sources have told media outlets that both White and Cantor are ineligible, describing their declaration as a public publicity stunt. White has gotten a lawyer. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz is going to represent him, and he has sent the WNBA a letter saying WNBA needs to preserve all records in anticipation of litigation. And the reasoning for this is what White said, is because they've told us we're not allowed to, because it states the league is only for players who are women, but they still will not clearly define
What a woman is.
So until they clearly define what a woman is, he is going to take them to court.
Right. And that's the ironic part of the whole thing, is the purpose for the league existing. And we talked about this last week. The whole purpose behind the league existing is to separate. This is a league for women. You got to define what a woman is. That would be like me saying that.
Dave Chappelle did the best skit on this ever.
Yeah.
He's like, what if LeBron decides one day, I'm a woman?
Yeah.
And I want to play in the WNBA. He goes, he'll score 840 points his first game. He goes, there's nothing they can do. He'll do whatever he wants. No one's going to step in front and stop him. He will dominate that sport. He goes, if the players are equal, then why do we have a WNBA?
Right.
Then
Right.
Caitlin Clark should play for the Lakers.
Yeah.
If they're equal, Angel Reese should play for, Detroit. Somebody.
Yeah.
They should go and play, but they're not. And, I've coached guys sports. I've coached girls sports. And I've coached them at, the high school level. I was the assistant coach for the boys team and head coach for the girls basketball team at St. Andrews. And we would scrimmage every now and then. And it would not be fair.
Yeah.
Like the guys would blow them out. But just sometimes you just need to work on with a little better
Right.
talent. I would bring my JV team in to scrimmage my varsity girls. So the JV boys team, which was not very good, would
Right.
play the girls team, and they still would win.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Like it's not there. And you will not find a person that is a bigger advocate for female sports
Right.
on this planet than I am. But it's just not fair. Like the guys are built differently. Their bodies are built differently. They would jump higher. They would run a little faster. Like, it's just not fair.
Yeah.
Now, are there females who can compete with men? Of course. I'm not ever going to get in a ring with Ronda Rousey. She will beat me up. She will destroy me. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But could she get in a ring with, you just go with an old timer. Like
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, Chuck Liddell would destroy her.
Right.
Like, it would not be, it'd be a crime.
Yeah.
What he would do.
Yeah.
So it's so simple. And Dave Chappelle said, look, why don't you shut up? Like, this is not an argument that needs to be made. Like, there's the reason why there's 2 leagues.
Right. Just, I mean, if you're gonna stand by it, stand by it. Like, what are we doing here? And here's the thing that I think is the most upsetting to me about the whole conversation is not that they won't even define what a woman is, but they're coming in and they're saying, well, it's a publicity stunt. Yeah, it is a publicity stunt. But the point behind it is that he is saying these guys are saying that they currently identify as a woman. And if all you have to do is say that you identify as a woman, then who are they to say now that he's not? So either you stand by what you believe in that anybody can identify as a woman, or you stand by what you were created for, in that you're there, you exist solely to protect women's athletics. That's the purpose, is to give women an opportunity to perform and provide entertainment at their highest level. All right, we'll wrap it up when we come back. It is a starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
It's Larry Shelby, previously on the Paul Feinbaum Show.
You know what, Chris? Let me tell you something. Why don't you go catch your breath before commenting on somebody else's? And Hacksaw Tuscaloosa Jim Duggan. Just shut up, because I could strike you out blindfolded, pitching underhand with both arms tied behind my back.
Okay, why don't we take a break? I'm pretty exhausted.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
I'm Kristen Abraham, curator of Abraham Art Gallery right on the square in downtown Winchester. Looking for something unique? Every month brings a new featured artist, original art to inspire and share with the community. Come in, explore, and discover art that's ready to go home with you today. Whether you're redecorating, collecting, or just need something that sparks joy, this is your place. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Visit abrahamgallery.com or stop by at 106 North High Street. You never know what you'll fall in love with.
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Suwannee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
Looking to make a difference in Franklin County? The Franklin County Prevention Coalition works every day to build a safer, healthier community, free from substance misuse. Through education, outreach, and strong local partnerships, they empower parents, schools, and leaders to prevent addiction and support positive choices. From youth programs to community events, the coalition is here for you. Learn more or get involved today at fcpctn.org. Together, we prevent.
This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
The opinions of the hosts are their own, and they do not represent the opinions of, well, really anybody else. You're listening to the starting lineup. Now back to Joe and Chewy.
Wrapping things up here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT, Winchester. Joe Abraham, the Humpback, Swamp Donkey, Ricky Tips, and Chewy. A couple of quick things. Number one, I need to round out, and I wonder if I can dial back the number of teams on our fantasy football league from 20 to like 15.
It's going to be.
Well, that's the reason why. I've still got like four or five spots left. I need to round it out. I need to find we started talking about it. We got 15 people immediately, and I've got 4 spots left. So if you and or one of your friends or spouses want to jump into this thing, let us know, because we got to schedule the draft like now. So that's number one. Number two, I became a Raiders fan yesterday, or at least tried to. And while I was sitting here,
Did you lose a bet?
I'm a Browns fan, and they put Deshaun Watson back in at quarterback. So the Raiders have like the coolest uniforms in all of pro football. I love the silver and black. It's just tremendous.
I mean, if I've been a doo-doo Brown fan my entire life, then yes, the silver and black is awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice. So yesterday I threw on the Raiders preseason game against the Texans, and I have this website that I know of that I can watch through all NFL games. It cuts out all of the space between the plays. It cuts out all the commercials. You can watch a football game in
22 minutes?
Yeah, in like 35 minutes. So I pulled this thing up, and I'm sitting there watching the game as I'm working. And 12 minutes into this preseason game against the Texans, they're already down like 17-0. I'm like, we are so bad. I'm gonna go back to being a Browns fan. No, it's really rough right now.
You want to support a bad team? You live in Tennessee.
I know.
You can support the Titans.
I know. And then,
suck.
Speaking of things that suck, the 49ers, and this was mentioned right off the top of the show, but the 49ers owner, Jed York, if you have not seen or heard anything about this, but he's in hot water, Chewy, and that'll happen when you get arrested for propositioning prostitutes.
In a trailer park. Like, that's the...
Which is mind-blowing, because the guy owns an NFL football team.
Like, you own a team in San Francisco. What are you doing in a trailer park in Ohio?
It's man of culture, you know? What can we say? You know? He's he doesn't see economic tax brackets.
Look, first and foremost, you flew past a legal brothel state.
And this is what happens, too, when you go through these back channels, is that they don't have, like, the insurance and protection, and, like, they won't cover your the situation up.
Right.
You're just dealing with, Jenny from the block or whatever.
And also, if you have to get in your plane to travel to find a prostitute in Ohio in a trailer park, for another 6 hours, you could have flown to Amsterdam.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
I take offense to the fact that he used the name Joe as his pseudonym.
I mean,
I would too.
I'm going to sue this guy for all that he's worth. I don't want his football team, though. Could you trade football team? If I was able to acquire the 49ers, could I then, like, trade them for the Browns?
I bet you probably could. Yeah, you probably actually could.
You could
probably get two teams, right?
Yeah,
two. You could probably get the Browns and the Cavaliers. Anyway, all right. Well, that'll do it for today's show. Anything before we tie a bow on it? Anything going on over with the downtown?
Yeah. Farm to Table has been announced. It's September 27th.
Hey, nice.
Jim Filarowski is cooking Farm to Table this year.
Philos.
So, if you're looking for a ticket, you need to find a board member for the downtown program. There are a few of them out there that have posted on social media how to get it. If you cannot find one, you can email me at info@winchesterdowntown.com, and I can put you in contact with one.
How many seats we got?
120 seats. Now, I know one board member's already sold 20 tickets.
Yeah, it'll fill up fast.
Tickets, they're paper tickets this year, and they should be in today. I'm really excited about that. But this has been a really cool event. It's always fun. The menu for it, Jim sent that out to me the other day. Excellent.
September 27th is the date.
So it is on a Sunday. Past hors d'oeuvres this year are going to be deviled eggs, crab cake, farm breaded crab, pork katsu sliders, and he's doing a roasted heirloom beets and whipped feta salad, Hereford beef short ribs with some sides there on that as well. You got Gouda grits, horseradish, grimaldi, heirloom carrots, and Bordeaux sauce. And for dessert, this is one that's kind of got me because I've never seen this dessert. It's a cheesecake, but it's a creme brulee cheesecake.
Oh,
okay.
So that's a new one for me.
So if you're looking for like a local celebrity to attend, Chewy would be your guy. He's very affordable, but here's the problem.
There's no chicken tenders on this menu.
Yeah, I was just going to say he won't eat any of that, so he'll have to have a special order of chicken tenders and or French fries and or waffles.
And Helen Middle School football won last night, 22-20 over South Giles.
Nice.
There you go.
Good job. All right. Good job by you. Again, Sunday, September 27th.
Before that, it's going to be the Saturday the 19th. You've got the triathlon the city puts on that day. And then starting at 1:30 at the Kiwanis Stage right there on College Street, we're going to have a day of music on the square. So I got bands lined up from 1 to 10:30, and we're going to release all that information this week. We're going to release a lineup
Sweet.
Friday.
Very cool. All right. Well, for Chewy and the Humpback Swamp Donkey, I am Joe Abraham. Reliable Rentals Swap and Shop coming up on the other side. Stay tuned for that. It is ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
WCDT, 1340 AM, W29.